Hey guys, it's Jen from Beauty Riot X, and I'm so excited for today's video I can't even contain myself. So I have basically an entire face of Danessa Myricks. Is it Myricks or Myricks? I don't know. I think Myricks sounds nice. I have an obscene amount of things in front of me, and I also have things still on the way, but I didn't want to wait anymore to do this. So the only thing I don't really have is technically a lip color, but I think I can make one out of the products that I do have. Full disclosure, I bought all these things myself. I did get them at a discounted price because I have a professional license, so I did get them slightly cheaper than normal, but this is still an incredibly expensive amount of makeup. All right, so I'm starting off with this eye primed with my normal everyday go-to Revolution Pro Eye Elements Core Eye Primer. This side, I'm gonna use one of her kind of bases. A lot of her products are multi-use, so just keep that in mind. You can basically use them for anything. But I wanna use this as a base on this side just because I wanna see how well it works with stuff not within the range. I think I'm gonna go in first with a bang. This color is nuts. It's nuts. All right, so this is a Vision Flush for lip, eye, cheek. A multi-purpose formula provides a wash of color with a satin semi-matte finish that can be used on the eyes, lips, cheeks, and it wears all day. That is not a lie. So I have one of them right here on me. I don't know how well you can see it, but I've rinsed my hand and used makeup wipes and makeup remover and it's still there. So this color is gorgeous. It's called Sweet Nectar and it's this amazing orange shade. And I'm gonna put that kind of in my crease area. And I'm only putting a dot on because first off, this dries super fast and a little goes a really long way. I'm just really lightly gonna start kind of patting this on. Now, full disclosure, I am not a huge liquid eyeshadow person. I'm just not. But I wanted to show you guys how nicely these worked. I have tried a handful of things from her range, and I mean, so far, I'm extremely happy with how everything has worked. Now, you can go much brighter than this. I mean, this is kind of it blended out and sheared, and this is it very sheared out. And as you can see, it went on gorgeous. I didn't have any issues. I mean, I really will say this line is, she's a professional makeup artist. This line really isn't for beginners. So just keep that in mind. This stuff takes practice. And I mean, and I've practiced, like I said, a handful of times and I'm still learning as I go. So I'm just gonna build a little bit more of that kind of towards the crease just to start making a nice little gradient. Now I'm gonna go in with Ballet slippers, which is like a nudie pink. It's like a hint of brown in it. Ooh, I'm gonna put that in the crease as well. I wish she had a more nude, neutral one of these Vision Flush products because I'd love one for lipstick. Okay, now I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. I mean, as you can see, these layer super, super nicely. Here's that Ballet Shoes shade. Oh my God. All right, next, I think we're gonna use one of her Colorfix matte pigments. Richly pigmented, multi-use, waterproof, fluid matte color for eyes, lips, and face. Apply using finger or brush for desired effect. So finger will probably get you a little bit more of an opaque finish, whereas a brush, obviously you can use for blending. Now these are very tiny, but you don't need a lot. That little dot is all I'm starting with. And because it dries kind of fast, so you don't want to waste this stuff. All right, so that just gave a little bit of a contour right there. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn as I go, so if it doesn't look perfect, more than likely user error. I think I'm actually gonna go in with Toasted Almond from the Vision Flush line. You hear bang around, that's hip. So Toasted Almond is a bit deeper than Exposed. And now I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade that I have. This is again the matte Colorfix and it's in the shade Chocolate. And it's got a red purplish undertone. I would have named this Cherry Cola or Cherry Coke or something like that. And this I'm gonna put all the way down at the bottom. Now again, this isn't to show you how amazing I am at cream shadows. This is just to show you how these work. It doesn't look like it makes too much sense. Who cares? And I'm gonna put one of these Colorfix Nudes matte pigments on This side is a base. I'm gonna leave it like this for now because I want to do something else. So I have the shades 1 and 3. So I think I might mix them because I think that's a little too light. So I mixed Nude 1 and Nude 3 together and put it as a base on this eye. And right off the bat, I definitely like this finish better than my core because it's not as heavy and it doesn't leave like the dryness that tends to leave. So that's pretty cool. All right, so now we're gonna go in with Bread and Butter, which is again one of the Vision Flush shades. I'm sorry, I really should be showing you really close what all these colors are, but everything dries so fast I can't. Okay, I'm gonna go in again with Sweet Nectar, that bright orange one. Oh, it's incredible. If anybody watched my Hakuhodo Rush video, there were like a handful that I didn't like, and I'm using them with like these kind of products, and now I love them. All right, I can already say like I like the way these perform on the nude mattes better than my Revolution Pro. Sorry, my husband just came in and I can't film, people are in the room. So I did Trooper down at the bottom, which is like this great kind of gray color, and now I'm going in with the Exposed again in the crease. All right, so I was really excited about this. This isn't the shade that I necessarily wanted. I wanted Soulmate, but it's been sold out everywhere. And so I got Crazy For You, which is like this gorgeous multi-chrome pigment for eye and face. My only issue with this, I don't love the texture. Like it looks too textured when you use it, and I haven't honestly figured out a great way to use it. So I'm gonna try it again. And you're probably just gonna get the most out of it if you use your finger, but you also can't control it that well with your finger. Well, I can at least. So, I mean, it's very, very pretty. And you can't actually see like all the multifacets that's in here, but it's like green and blue and orange and yellow and a slight hint of pink. Like it's every shade you can think of. It's really beautiful. So now we're gonna use the Illuminating Veils. And this is much more like satiny, a satin kind of finish. It's not as severe as the Twin Flames. I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of Serenity with it. So eyes are done, and I know it's nothing groundbreaking, but again, I just wanted to show you how I applied them and how they work and all that stuff. And I'm, again, not a pro at cream shadows, but even for me, I mean, it was very easy to use. If anything, you just need like a little bit of a learning curve, unless you're like super versed in cream shadow. Anyway, let's go on to the face. So now I primed with the Beauty Oil, and this is a blend of facial oils infused with gold leaf. You can use it as a lightweight oil on its own or as a hydrating base, which is what I did, or you can mix it with your face products. I'm going to go in and conceal first. I have so much face stuff. Like I wasn't sure of the color, and then I wanted to get a bunch so like I could mix for different seasons. Anyway, I have 3 of the Vision Cream Cover Perfecting and Shaping Wands. Now I'm assuming these are just pen versions of the foundation concealer that she has out. So I have the shades N10, N3, and N6. So N3 is what I'm gonna use for my under eye. And there is 3.5 milliliters or 0.12 ounces in here. And same with these, a little goes a very, very long way, so you don't need a lot. Even that was like way too much. Oh, like look how nice that is. These are easily like full coverage. Use a tiny bit less than I used before. Now thankfully these don't dry as fast as the other products that I used like for my eyes. Actually this is good because I used a bit more on this side, so you'll be able to see the difference. And this is nice and I don't want to say thin, but it's like the viscosity isn't like crazy thick or anything, which I appreciate. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the number 4 shade as my foundation. And with this, because it's so serious, I'm gonna start in the middle and work my way out, because this is where all my red is. And this is actually the first time I'm using it with the oil. So I'm excited to see what actually happens. So I'm just using it off the back of my hand. Ugh, I wish I had this for my friend's wedding last year. I totally would have worn it. Ugh, look how nice it looks though over the oil. It's usually not this like dewy looking. It finishes to like a satin kind of matte. And I'm actually just gonna use a tiny bit more, cover up these things. A little bit of creasing. I mean, like, that looks so nice. And again, I use 3 under my eyes, the shade, and then 4 on the rest, both with in the end line, neutral. All right, and now we're going to contour. And I think I'm actually gonna use the shade Nutcracker from the Vision Flush. I know I got these to do that with, but I'm just gonna hold off because we already used these under the eyes. And like I said, they're basically the same. I'm pretty sure it's just the same thing as the foundation. It's a nice kind of neutrally brown. Yeah. So here's my thing though. I have to figure out how exactly to apply this. I'm gonna try my e.l.f. 105 brush, and so I'm gonna put a bit on my hand and just kind of dab into it and oof. I'm using a tiny bit less on this side because I think I went a little overboard on the other side. And then I'll use some just around my hairline. I'm starting to think it's just either my face or my skin or whatever, but this side always ends up looking like blotchy when I do my contour, even with my OG contours that I've been using forever, like the Nude Sticks Tinted Blur Stick that I usually use. Oh, that's pretty. And now let's do a blush. So here's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna do a blush just now, and then I'm gonna set everything with powder, and then I'm gonna do a blush on top of the powder to see how that works. So I think I'm actually gonna mix a tiny bit, or a lot, of ballet slippers and a hint of sweet nectar. Again, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. brush. And look how pretty that is. And I was wrong before. In my haul video where I first talked about these, I said these didn't crease at all under my eyes. They do, it creases, but I really haven't found many that haven't. So I think I'm gonna use my Cinema Secrets Ultra Lucent Setting Powder. Yeah. I'm just kind of lightly tapping a bit on. I'm not going crazy. This might be the nicest foundation I've ever tried. Oh shit. Okay, so on this side, we're gonna use this is the Balm contour. I have the shade Medium 1. Contouring and shaping has never been easier. Create the appearance of normally lifted and sculpted using this easy to use, weightless, traceless formula. So I know I already put some on this side, but I'm gonna use a little bit more. I think I'm gonna put it on like with my finger right here. And this is kind of warm, so I can even get away with it as a bronzer probably. And just use, I'll have to use this more like in another video. That's pretty. And now we're gonna go back in and use another blush. So I think we'll use Bread and Butter on this side. This is like the mid-tone kind of pink. This is so pretty, oh my God. All right, I'm gonna finish kind of under my eyes a little bit and anything that I don't have from her and my back, and I'll show you the rest of the stuff. So earlier when I was like, oh, I don't have any lip products from Danessa Myricks. Sure I do, I have like 20 of them, but I don't have a shade that I like, so I'm going to mix some things and make my own. So I think I'm gonna go in with a touch or two of Bread and Butter and Ballet Slippers, because I like very neutral nude lip shades. So I'm gonna see if I can make one. A little too grayish, so I'm gonna put a little bit of Bread and Butter and see if I can warm it up. A little bit cooler than I would usually go for, but I don't have a million years to do this, so we're just gonna leave it at that. So now I have some highlighter stuff, and I'm not sure what to do. So I have 2 of her illuminating veils. I have Serenity and Light. I have another one of her Vision Flush products in Tiara. And then I have this Colorfix Glaze, which is like a gloss, and you can wear it for eye, lip, cheek, whatever. And it could be just like a wet looking highlighter. I'm gonna swatch them all for you and show you what I mean. I mean, this would be actually a gorgeous gloss. You probably can't see the color, but you can probably see that little like kind of wet finish right there. That was the Glaze, and it's in the shade Cannoli. And then we have the Vision Flush, which is in the shade, again, Tiara, which is probably one of the golder ones that I have. We have this pinkish champagne tone Serenity, and then light. You can see, like, it looks like even blue toned silver. All right, so we have Cannoli over here. We have Tiara, Serenity, and then light. I have used light on its own as a highlighter, a very tiny amount, and it looks gorgeous. So I think I'm actually gonna try, I'm actually gonna mix Serenity, light, and a little bit of Tiara. And use my finger for this part. Oh, that's really nice. See, it shears out enough that you're not getting pigment, you're getting like sheen and reflect. All right, let's try Cannoli. Now this does have a little bit of pigment to it. I don't know if it's going, I mean, it's probably going to shear out, but I don't know if it's gonna remove anything either that I have underneath because it's a bit tackier. Didn't remove anything. And it actually looks really nice. Shut me right up. Now I don't believe this one actually dries down. It kind of looks like, maybe it didn't remove anything, but maybe it's the pigment in it that kind of made it look like maybe it removed something, but I can't really tell. I'll zoom in though so you can see kind of everything close up because I'm pretty sure I'm done. Okay, so we have Cannoli on that side and then the mixture of light Serenity and then the Vision Flush Tiara on this side. I mean, I like this one a bit more because it just has a little bit more pop to it, but I'm thrilled that this actually still looks nice too. My only problem is that the glaze doesn't dry down because it's a gloss. But it is supposed to be long wearing, so I'm hoping she comes out with a bunch more of these because I would love a like just nude shade to like play with and mix around and alter stuff. But this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I'm very happy with the way everything turned out, to be completely honest. This is the first time I've used everything like together. And like I said, I do have a few more things coming, but this was like the bulk of everything. I think I have like 3 or 4, no, I'm lying, I have like 5 more things coming. I'm gonna try to use more stuff with other lines of products just to see how they all play together and everything. But I'm extremely happy and I really don't have much complaining to do. I have creases under my eyes, lines, nothing is going to change that. It didn't make them worse at all, so that's exciting. I love the fact that a little goes a really long way with basically everything. So once again, when you get this and you're like, oh my god, this is the tiniest thing ever, don't despair. I highly doubt this is going to run out very fast, unless you're a makeup artist and you're gonna use these things every single day. I'm not a working makeup artist. I am a makeup enthusiast. I like to play with makeup, so I'm pretty happy. This is probably the only thing that I'm just not as psyched about, just because it's not the easiest to work with right now. I'll have to play with it more and see how I really end up liking it in the end. But right off the bat, I will say I love the nude mattes that I use to prime as a primer for my eye on this side. I don't think it looks insanely different than this side, but the formula is a bit thinner, like I said, than my Revolution Pro Pot, so I really do like that aspect of it. Even the lips, I love. I love that this is like a big chemistry set and you can do whatever you want with everything. Yeah, so I think that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was so excited to do this video, and let me know if you've tried anything from Danessa Myricks. I'm so sorry if that's wrong. Let me know what you loved, what you didn't like, and I will list the link where I bought all this, well, most of this stuff below. I'm pretty sure anybody can shop at these places, but if you have a pro license in the beauty industry, then you do get a discount. Yeah, so that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.